Hello there, welcome to Slaughterhouse Customs. More specifically, welcome to the Slaughterhouse Customs Harlequin estate. Let's go back to 1997. Tony Blair just became the Prime Minister, Titanic was released, and of course, Dolly the sheep was successfully cloned, and so was I. Not bad. But also, of course, we had the release of the very cool Mark IV Golf, a car that changed modern cars. In 1997, you could have the choice of a Ford Escort or a Vauxhall Astra or a Peugeot 206, but you could have also had the Mark IV Golf. Classic car? Absolutely. On today's modern roads, have you ever wondered where the looks of these cars you're seeing today come from? The answer is the Mark IV. Volkswagen designed this car with the future in mind, so it doesn't look out of place on the roads today. The wider, deeper, and subtler lines have created a styling that has undoubtedly aged well. It was hot off the shelves in 2001, being Europe's best-selling car. The Mark IV Golf covered many body styles. You could get, of course, the Estate, as you can see here, the saloon version or the Bora or Jetta in the US, the hatchback in 2-door and 4-door variants, 5-speed, 6-speed gearboxes with an automatic 6-speed too, and you could get the 4Motion. If you compare the Mark IV to some of its rivals at the time, the interior was leagues ahead. Sleek lines, quality materials, and a sturdiness that would rival the Great Wall of China. Not only that, but Volkswagen employed blue dashboard lighting. This was brand new across the scene and pretty unique, going from the classic 90s green to something a little more airy and inviting. An example of how well-rounded the Mark IV design was, door mechanisms would allow you to hold the door at 3 different angles. With a nice, solid action, you felt as if you should be driving something a little more luxury, and the gas strut on the bonnet tells the same story. The thing is, for a classic car, it has a really good reputation for reliability. With unrivaled corrosion resistance, these cars were built to stand the test of time. Throwback to the 90s, an era defined in the car world by boy racers in slick hot hatches. The Mark IV Golf had a bumpy start, the 1.4 and 1.6 petrol engines leaving a little to be desired. But in terms of performance engines, you had the GTI, 1.8 turbo 20 valve pushing 180 bhp, and then the awesome R32, 3.2 litre 24 valve, getting you up to a savage 240 brake horsepower. And finally, we come to the PD engines. And I left these till last for a reason. Punchy and nigh on indestructible, these diesel engines would give you a nice whack of torque when you put your foot down. Available in 90, 100, 130 and 150 brake horsepower, there were a few variants, but none to pass the famous red eye. If the eye in TDI was red, it denoted that that engine had a higher power output. With one of these red eye engines, you knew you had a powerhouse under the bonnet. There you go. The VW Mark IV range is solid, robust, and sophisticated. A vehicle that ultimately filled the family hatchback market, and equally for small businesses represented the most dependable vehicle on the road at the time. So take yourself back to 2002 or something, right? 20 years ago, you got yourself an old Mark II GTI that you got for banger money. Look at where they are now. What do you think is going to happen to this? So where are we today? Do you see Ford Escorts? Do you see Vauxhall Astras? Do you see my point? Engines wise, of course, we have the petrol or the diesel. If you're asking SHC, we're gonna say the PD every time. The diesel is the one to have without question. And to give you an example, this little baby can get you all the way to the moon and back. The moon's about 250,000 kilometers, and then you've even got a couple of miles left to go around the shop. Without question, this is not a future classic. After 25 years, this is a classic. If you guys have one of these Mark IVs, be it a saloon, the Bora, or the hatchback, or the Estate, let us know what your experiences have been driving it, using it, getting around. We'd love to hear down in the comments. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed looking around this awesome Mark IV, Harlequin of course. You can't really miss it as it's driving around, so give us a honk. Like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. We're going to be doing a little more videos with this sort of format. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next one. Join the revolution.